about when we talk about. I'm your host as always. My name is Jimmy, and I'm joined by Corey. Corey, what's up, good brother?
Chilling, man. Trying to get it together for 2024, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, give our folks a couple minutes to get in. Tonight's topic is the hottest real estate market of 2024. It might be surprising to some folks what the data says in terms of what market will be the hottest market in 2024. But we're going to talk about it, give our thoughts, opinions, and just talk about everything else going on in our, our lives and whatnot. As you come in, I see a number of folks are coming in. Do me a favor, let me know who's here and where you checking in from, man, because folks are checking in from all over. But Core, how was your week, bro? Everything good?
Yeah, gotta take the youngin to school.
Which one?
CJ, he gotta go back.
Oh, back. Okay.
Go back to school. So that's as soon as we get done here. That's the next move. You know what I mean? Get him back.
Okay. Well, we ain't gonna be in here a long time, man. But as the folks in the UK say, man, he has to go back to university. He has to get to
university.
Get him back to university. Yo, for the folks coming in, I see a number of folks coming. Do me a favor, and Lance, I see you, Lance. What's up? How are you? Appreciate you pulling up. Hit that like button for me though. I don't care if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, just hit the like button for me. Help us, combat the algorithms. You know what I'm saying?
The algo.
Because when you talk black wealth, you definitely got to combat the algorithms, man. It is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? The Neanderthal nation might combat us, but we gonna fight though. Kahana's in the building. What's up, Kahan? How are you, good brother? Shout out to Kahan. That's our brother. Our business partner, IBB. Yo, anybody in our group though this week? I'm going through a quick class on Sunday. In our monthly meeting on REITs. I'm only doing it for IBB. I'm also doing it for the MDC as well. Speaking of the MDC, shout out to everybody in the MDC. Yo, we had one of our best classes this past Wednesday, taught by Brianna. Brianna went crazy. She taught a class on mystery shopping for 2024. And now she got me excited, and I'm ready to go out there and snitch on all these companies. But
tell them all.
I'm trying to get this chicken. What's up, Dr. Chaz? How are you? Jovan is also in the building. What's up, Jovan? What's going on? So we're going to talk about our main topic. Then we're going to do our giveaway, and let Corey get CJ back to university. But everybody else, number of folks here, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Show some love. And let's get into it, though. So, Corey, I didn't even tell you what the answer to this question is. And I don't even know if you've seen the cover art for this specific show. So do you have any idea of what the hottest market based on data is for 2024 in real estate?
If I had, I'm going to take two guesses. One would be probably the Texas, Austin area, or the other one would probably be Ohio.
All right. So those are good guesses. The Texas one is definitely a good guess because most people that ask this question to, they automatically go to Texas. Corey, you was freezing up a little bit on me. Let me know if y'all can see Corey clear. Maybe that's my internet. Let me know if you can see both of us clear. You know what I'm saying? We start getting into it, and the power. There you go, Corey. And you unfroze for me. Let's see. Peace. The Bronx is in the building. BX, Jose was really good. So Lance, interesting you say that because that was on my agenda for once we get off here. I had watched the trailer, and I think it did drop. I heard about that con, so I'm definitely I'm always down for a doc. K Diggy is in the building. What's good, K Diggy? How are you?
We good.
Corey, this is an interesting article. Getting into this topic, let me read a little bit from this article. Good guess with the Austin, and also a good guess with Ohio too. That's a good guess, but this is going to be an interesting one. So let me know when you can see my screen, Corey.
Still white.
That's if you're not frozen on my end. I'm assuming my screen. If everybody in the chat, let me know if I can see my screen that's being shared, at least on my end it is.
You freezing up for me, but I'm.
That's what she said. Oh, what's going on? Here we go. So that may be. All right, y'all. So it says y'all good.
All right,
hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get this up. Boom. There we go.
I think the I think the internet trolls has
In
got
the
you
words
again.
of Dak Prescott, here we go. Damn, dog. Yo, it's the powers that be. Let's see. I want to put a couple of comments up before I jump. And I do see the internet trolls got me. I may have, here we go. I want to say North Carolina, but I'm sure that's wrong. I can see you both clearly. All right, so as you can see us both. It's just me and Corey having trouble seeing each other. Let's see what else we got. Leave the world behind. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. I saw it. Corey didn't see it. And a lot of folks who were watching it said, Corey, don't even waste your time. So we did talk about that though. I definitely saw it. Based off the cover art, it's the home of West Side Gun, Benny and Conway. You already know. Griselda. All right, so let me
All
read a
right,
little bit
so
of this article.
now I know where
The
it's
cover
at.
art definitely gave it away.
So I didn't see the cover art, so
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so that's why I didn't even tell Corey. I know he didn't see the cover art, but yeah, you already know what that cover art is fire, by the way. Vidon is in the building. What's good, family? All right, so let's talk about this article though. GC is in the building. What's good, GC? All right, so here's what the article says, man. It says Griselda. All right, it says the hottest real estate market of 2024 will be the snowy northeastern city, Zillow says, right? So, all right, don't tell me he's gonna make me do the my trick because y'all ain't gonna keep the article from me. Boom, there we go, Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? So one real estate broker says, although our temperatures are cold, our market is hot. Now, this is an interesting thing. It's based on data. Is a new report from Zillow. The real estate company analyzed the top 50 metro areas in the U.S. and looked at a number of factors to determine the quote-unquote hottest market. This includes expected home value appreciation from December through November 2024, the availability of jobs, and the speed at which homes are selling, and other factors. That is one of the biggest things, is the jobs. So Buffalo has a lot of jobs that are coming into the specific area. So a little bit more information. A typical home in Buffalo is currently valued at $248,445, and the national average is $347,415. So if a buyer put 5% down on a typical Buffalo home, the monthly mortgage payment is about $1,792. So that's interesting right there too. For everybody watching this, that $347,415, that is the national average of a property. Is that high or low for your location? I'd be interested to see, that right there. So let me ask that question while I finish reading. That 347,415, is that high or low for your area? So the interesting part. Buffalo has the highest number of jobs per new housing unit amongst all 50 of the cities, right? With more jobs, competition for housing is expected to heat up and drive home prices upward. So that is what's really driving this. So it's known for its winners. We all know all those jobs there. People are going to be willing to deal with that to get that chicken. So Buffalo, alongside Rochester and Syracuse, was recently designated as a federal technology hub and is receiving billions of dollars in federal funding. This money is to be used to build the region into a semiconductor manufacturing hub. A lot of interesting stuff right there, Core. Right?
No, that said it all.
So here's what's interesting, right? So, and again, this is one of the things that's like a constant talking point amongst our folks, is how politics plays, to me, the most important role, right? So when you look at what gives property value, and for those that have taken our real estate valuation course at our MDC training, we talk about what's called PEGs, which is physical, environmental, government, and social. Those things give real estate value. So people always talk about location, location, location. It's partially true, but you can dig a little bit deeper. You talk about the physical attributes, which are location, right? So physical, environmental, government, and social. But that government part plays such a huge factor. If you have politicians who are willing to maybe give tax breaks or do whatever it is to get jobs in an area, that will increase the value of the properties, right? So you can't just sit around and say, yo, I'm just gonna buy stock and buy real estate and ignore politics, because politics controls real estate. And if you don't have that understanding, then you'll always be playing the game at a pretty small level. right? I was talking to one of the biggest brokers in the city the other day, and I was telling him, I was like, dog, if you don't get involved in politics, it don't matter how many properties you got. It don't matter because somebody can come on with the swoosh of a pen and change your zoning, and what you gonna do about it? So you got to make your voice heard politically. But this is interesting that Buffalo has all these things in place on a federal level too. They're getting federal funding to kind of create that hub. And no one would have guessed that they have a market that's going to be booming, that's already started to boom and will continue to boom throughout this year. Just because when you think of Buffalo, you think of the cold weather. Everybody I asked this question to, Core, said similar to what you said. Everybody pointed to Texas because Texas does have a hot market. Right? It's not saying Texas isn't the hot market, but
it's
this
not
is
the hottest though, because this right here, because of the federal funding, changes everything. Like that's why Philadelphia, their prices, the prices in Philadelphia don't trail off much because we get a lot of federal funding for stuff because we have science hubs here in Philadelphia. Like,
yeah,
something that Malik taught me was to look at the 2035 plan, or now it should be, the 2040 plan, basically the city's 15-year plan. And when you look at the city's 15-year plan, that'll tell you where the hot markets are going to be. And with that, with them building stuff, that's why I chose this location that I'm in. Because I did what Malik told me to do. I literally just did what he told me to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where the jobs going? Where's the technology being built? Where's the influx of people coming in? That's where your your appreciation and your property value and all of that stuff go up.
Yeah. The 2035 plan is always interesting because, like, they tell you, they put it right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? They put it right in front of your face.
They tell you what's really about to go off. You know what I mean? But every city has one, though. That's the thing. Like, it's not called the same thing in every city, but every city has a future plans kind of, thing going on.
Because so you have to.
If you want, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you can see construction being done and you can see what's popping, then you already know what's going on. Like, it's really not rocket science. Like, if they're building stores, like the thing that I saw that in this market is they was building all these supermarkets. I'm like, why the hell you need a bunch of supermarkets for? Because you about to get a giant influx of people. They was building supermarkets and gas stations.
Well, you're building a community. You got to have the things that people need around it, right?
Yeah, so you got supermarkets and gas stations was the thing that I saw that was popping in this area. I said, oh yeah, it's about to be lots and lots of people coming here.
I mean, you can go to a county and look for their 15-year plan. There's a couple of things that made me think of how many people have a 15-year plan for their family, right? If these companies and these huge organizations, this is what they're doing. Like, I mean, kind of piggyback off that. What's the 15-year plan for your family? Do you have one? Like, how far ahead are you thinking?
How far out can you think, right? Because that's the thing that our country keeps our people from doing most of the time. And not just Black people, just people in general. Like, it's hard to think about your future when you can't pay your bills at the end of the month.
This is true, and a lot of us are selfish too, man. You don't know how many people have literally told me, "I don't care, I ain't gonna be here." Like, some people really feel that way.
I can't be mad at those people because I was one of those people at a certain step in my life. I didn't think I was gonna make it to be this old. I thought somebody was gonna rock me off this earth way before I got to this point.
But that was your thoughts as a young gentleman, right? Now that you're a family man with 4 children, you don't have that thought.
Not at all. Never.
I know people with children who said that's on them. Who literally told me, like, yo, I'm like, yo, you don't got insurance in that? That's on them. I ain't gonna be here. You know what I mean? So
and that's a statement.
But there are a lot of people who feel that way, bro. And that's why it's interesting when you see that cities and counties and even big companies, they have these plans 10, 15 years out. Because that's how you should be planning, right? You can't just plan for the weekend. You got to plan for what I'm going to be doing 2 years from now.
But anyway, man, but they're planning to go to a concert. Like, you planning concerts. Like, people, what drives me nuts sometimes, and this drives me nuts about my people. It drives me nuts about a lot of things. But people will plan their vacations and not their life insurance and stuff like how do you plan a vacation? How do you plan a, you know what I mean? Like plan something that in the end is meaningless when all of the planning that you need to do for your life is still sitting right there for you. Like, how
Well,
does
those are uncomfortable. Those are uncomfortable conversations because I've had that even in my own family. In my own family, we used to try to have like planning conversations, and people, specifically in our culture, and it's not even just our culture. It's human nature. No one wants to talk about them not being here, right? So that's just part of the mentality, man. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Michelle's in the building. What's good, sis? How are you? Thank you for showing. And Diamond Dave said that number that we gave as the average number across is low in his area. Yeah, I can imagine that. And GC said high, right? So that's why it's interesting.
Alabama. So for Alabama, that number is high. You know what I mean?
Right, but that's interesting because that's why geo arbitrage is such a huge thing now with people being able to work remotely.
Yeah.
Low for DC and high for Baltimore. Everything is low for DC, K Diggy. DC is crazy right now.
the number is nuts.
Yeah, DC is wilding. I used to watch Ratchet West Coast podcast on Friday. Now it's about to appreciate that, bro.
I really do appreciate that, good brother. I'm glad we can beat out Ratchet West Coast podcast.
Y'all got me hooked on Diamond Dave YouTube now. Come on, man. That's a good thing, man.
That's super.
That's why I go to get laced with the game at, man. They've it's funny because Diamond Dave, I'm not sure whether you only do YouTube or you take the audio. Because what I do a lot of times with Diamond Dave's content, like I'll pin it on my YouTube and listen to it while I drive. Because they be talking that talk. I like to hear that while I drive. So I'm not sure whether you got the audio pod. They let me know if you do or not. But that's how I listen to Diamond Dave. Like I'll pin it on YouTube and just listen to it in the car as I drive, like literally like an audio podcast. But yeah, Diamond Dave's YouTube. If you're not subscribed to Diamond Dave's YouTube, make sure to do that. So Cookie, what's good? Cookie, how are you? Lorraine is in the building. Happy Friday. Oh, Detroit's in the building. What up, though? Yo, I was reading something the other day. Speaking of Detroit, I was reading something the other day, and I was like, yo, we be doing too much, yo. They tried to have create a reality show called BMF Wives. And folks was like, yo, y'all going too far now. Like, y'all doing too much with the Ratchet Pod. They shut that down. I guess they was trying to piggyback off like the Mafia Wives thing or whatever, but yeah, they went too far with that though. Anyway, listen, Brianna, you missed a shout out. I already gave you a shout out, but I'm going to give you another shout out. For those in our private MDC group, Brianna told a class on Wednesday that I told her already, and I'm going to say it on air for the second time, was phenomenal. It was on mystery shopping. And Brianna, I told them, you got me out here ready to go and snitch on every company to get this chicken. Because that class was dope. That class was absolutely dope. I didn't realize that's a $1 billion industry. When she was breaking down the economics of the whole industry, it's a $1 billion industry. Lorraine's talking about, we said about like, people not preparing and saving for their family. That is selfish and there's a scarcity mindset, which I agree. Pascal said that's average. What's good? What's good, family? Noble Mr. C, what's good? Dave, you already know. No Club Shay Shay. All right, so Don, here's the thing, right? I was going to bring up some of that a little bit in the show, but I know Corey has no idea what's going on. Corey really has gotten to a cave and don't care about nothing pop culture related.
The thing is, I couldn't avoid it because my wife was all, she into the whole Ratchet mess. And so I watched part of it. I mean, it's a bunch of.
We'll talk about it in a second. Let me get through these comments. We'll talk about that. I turned Dave's YouTube vids to audio to listen. So that's what I'm saying, Dave. I don't know if you got the audio, but that sounds like that's what we do. We love the audio of Diamond Dave. You might miss out a bag on that. You get the audio. You get paid for the audio too, your audio and your visual. But anyway, that's what I do, K Diggy. I turn Dave's on when I'm in the whip and listen to Dave, do his breakdown. So Dave is that dude, very analytical and come from a similar background as myself. Is dope. Yeah, and so yeah, we got a lot of Diamond Dave fans in the building. Rochelle, listen, it's in the Teachable, but also I posted it a link to it today in the circle. So go to the circle, you can get right to the class. So we got the recording. We definitely got the recording. You said, yo, you
Listen, man.
all right, let's see.
Listen. She the ratchet. She never missed the ratchet. Like she one of them people that run up on fights and stuff like that. Like I don't pay it no
I heard
mind.
that.
Like I
Dave
don't.
said you smart for that, man.
Yeah.
Getting out of the way and not paying that stuff no mind. You kind of smart for that. All right, so I'm happy with start New Year off. Passing my CDL renewal for the school buses. Nice, nice. Finishing the week. Listen to all right. That's nice. Congratulations on that. Got that CDL. You always can go get some bread.
Always.
So Pascal says a Diamond Dave podcast will be great. All right, I think the people are asking for it, Dave. You know what I'm saying? A Diamond Dave podcast will be great. All right, let's see. Nobody in Detroit knew or cared about Flannery Brothers until right before they got locked up. So I get that, Jamil. I get that. I get that. I get that. I totally get that. Because you're not the only person that said that. Yo, speaking of Jamil, I was thinking about you the other day, pause. But your man that like continuously uses the same content over and over and over again. What's the dude's name? We were just talking about him. The dude that does like he keeps telling the same Detroit story over and over and over again. But anyway, he had a new story on his page this week on YouTube that the algorithm sent me. I know that sounds crazy. I'm like, who are you talking about? Let me figure out this dude's name while we talking. Let me get the other comments. Jamil, if you know what I'm talking about, I forgot the dude's name. The one we
Al
said
Prophet.
continuously the same story. Al Prophet story, which was interesting, believe it or not. It was about a gentleman, and it wasn't even a crime story. It was about a dude who had worked at. He was telling a story about a guy that worked at Ford, saved up a bunch of checks. He worked at Ford for a couple years and cut grass on the side, lived off his cutting grass money, and started buying real estate when white flight happened and became one of the richest men in Detroit. It was an interesting story, though. I had never heard that one. So shout out to Al Prophet for finally finding a new story. All right, no doubt. So Rochelle says you're going to go check it out. Somebody, it's like a house phone. That's that Philly in her. She's from there, too. She spent enough time in Philly to be from Philly. She's from Texas,
Yeah.
but y'all was up here for a while.
She's from Dallas, so this the same city folk is city folk everywhere, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's Al Prophet, man. He finally found a new story, man. But anyway, but getting back to the our original discussion is about the hottest market for 2024, which the data based on Zillow's report says will be Buffalo, New York. I think there's a lot of lessons from here. One we already talked about, which is understanding local politics and being involved and seeing how you can benefit from that. Also understanding that jobs create so much value, right? Jobs create so much value. Speaking of Detroit, when white flight happened and all the jobs left Detroit, that destroyed their market. Now, all markets will bounce back even if destroyed. But what part of it, what takes Detroit, like, is still in the process of coming back. There's still a lot of Detroit that is doing kind of wild. But anyway, that's another story based on this. And man, listen, it's all about finding those markets, like Corey said. I'm gonna get to this comment here from Jamil. He says Eugene Moore. That's an old recurated story from Courtney Brown Jr. Motown. I had never heard that story, but that is the gentleman's name, Eugene Moore. I had never heard of Eugene Moore, but that was an interesting story nonetheless. So, but yeah, so I'm so used to him doing like the Motown Mafia like 3 times a week that I'm like, yo, he must be making a killing off of it though for him to keep running the same thing back on YouTube. So somebody likes it. You know what I mean? Somebody likes it. Anyway, man, so that's the main topic today is that real estate market. I wanted you guys to really see that because it's interesting because like I said, everybody says Texas. And for those that are in the MDC, again, go check out our real estate valuation and analysis course. It's a 4-part course that's back there that talks about how to value real estate. And you sit through that and you'll understand why this makes sense. You know what I mean? Why this makes sense. Yeah. So I definitely want to do the Bitcoin giveaway, man. But before we do that, though, Don asked about Club Shay Shay. Before we talk about that, there's a lot of folks in here. Do me a favor, hit the like button, please. Let's get those likes up to help us fight the algorithm. But Corey, you said that even though you tried to ignore it, you couldn't.
I couldn't. It was just everywhere. Like so, like
You know,
I
so
don't do a lot of social media, but like I'll check my Facebook once a day just to make sure I ain't missing nothing from y'all. You know what I mean? Like accomplishments, like making sure people, you know what I mean, if people graduating or just like my guy Ant said he got or things going on. I want to make sure I congratulate him. But literally right after that, I click the joint close, pop, and then I'm done for the day. Like I spend maybe all of 3 to 5 minutes on social media a day. So, but
yeah.
my wife was she was watching the video, and I personally think Cat Williams is an absolute maniac, but I don't disbelieve him. Like some of it was unbelievable, but like I was like, damn,
First
like
off, let's start with this. Here's my opinion. It was he prepared so well for that. It was almost like a stand-up special. Now,
he came at their face.
I didn't realize he had that many stands until this came out because I call him Cap Williams because I would say about 80% of that was completely BS, right? But that's how you know a good liar, right? When you take a small piece of the truth,
And
right,
start flipping it and
and
flipping
you
it and
surround it
flipping
with a lot. My man said he read 3,000 books every year from the ages of like 8 to 12, whatever he said. He talked about running a 4-1 and a 40. Like some of the stuff he said was he said don't have no Netflix special. I went right to Netflix and it's like right there. Like yo, he was just making up stuff. Some of the stuff was so outrageous that was like, yo, he's lying.
you could just check. You could literally just like first of all, he little. Ain't no little dude running no 4
Well,
nothing.
according to him, he said he was 5'5" at like the age of I forgot what he said. It was so much cap in there.
Well, what's crazy is I was 5'9" at 15 years old, and I never grew another inch. At like 13, in 6th grade, I was 5'8", and then
Dog, he talked about Disney getting after him for Cat in the Hat. Yo, Disney has nothing to do with Cat in the Hat.
yeah.
Like, yo, some of the stuff is just like, dog, you all right, you just capping. But again, at the end of the day, though, so I saw people who got mad at him because of all the cap, right? Which half of that stuff was like more than half of that. Damn near all that stuff was capping. But I tell you, 20% truth, 80. See, this is my logic, right?
The part that had me dying on the floor was when he was talking about the radio personality board. I was on the floor, bro. Like, because he's like, to me, that was absolutely
When he said when he talked about having him put on a skirt because of his contract.
yeah, man. I know that was
That's cap too. I was thinking about that movie because I'm like, yo, you like the 5th, 6th lead in that movie. Who are you to make demands? Like, come
no. He wasn't talking about that movie. He wasn't talking about Friday. He was
no, not Friday.
Yeah, he was
the
talking
other
about
movie.
Yeah,
the movie after that. Yeah, he wasn't leading that movie either.
I know, but it was funny to me. It was absolutely hilarious. I knew it was Cat because nobody's listening to you about wardrobe.
So here's the thing, right? There's a lot of people out there saying how he exposed the industry and all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. If you feel that way, that's fine. There's other people that are saying like it's so much cap in it, right? And that's fine too. But the one thing that I don't think anyone can deny is his entertainment value. And I think at the end of the day, he's an entertainer, so that's what he's put here to do. Like whether you believe that stuff he was saying or not, that's a whole different story. Because like, there's so many lies in there. But that's the thing about a great liar, right? Because a great liar knows how to take a majority of lies and put a little bit of truth in there, so then you can kind of like say it's true, but it's just not, right? So I say that maybe 75-80% of that stuff was lies, and he makes a little bit of truth in there. See, that's the problem with the game, right? Because the game gets on interviews, his ratio was off. He like 95-5. He got so much cap in his talk that it's like, dude, just stop. Like, you got to get your ratio coming down just a little bit, right?
You just make it.
You remember the game? I watched the interview, and the game said that Michael Jackson gave him a call to squash the beef with 50. I'm like, come on, cuz. Or he said he took a picture.
That might have been true because I heard that about Mike from a few. In a few different
his time didn't line up.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I heard that Mike did that kind of stuff. He might would have been riding on somebody else's story, but that's something I heard Mike did.
That's cap. Just like it was cap that he said he took this picture with Pac and posted a picture and it was clearly photoshopped. Or the big cap John, when he had a picture where he posted a picture with Kobe, said this is right before Kobe scored 81, right? and Kobe got his warm-ups on, and they purple, and I'm like, well, everybody watched the game. Kobe had on a white jersey when he scored.
Yeah,
game
because
so
they was in Toronto.
you just anyway.
White.
My point is though. Again, when you understand that people are capping, then you get to appreciate the entertainment value. So for me, the Cat John was entertaining, but some of this, I'm gonna tell you what bothered me, right? And this gets into our conversation about black wealth and finance. What bothered me is this: the folks on my timeline talking about white comedians don't do this, dog.
Yeah, they have
Y'all
no idea.
Like,
they have no idea.
I got in this YouTube rabbit hole yesterday. Just go to YouTube and you look up comedians stealing jokes. That's his own little ecosystem there. And there's so many stories and videos. Yo, what's the boy's name? George Mencia, whatever his name is. Whatever dude name is. Don't nobody like him. Them white folks be clapping at each other crazy. So that's cap. One of the other things that bothered me is something that Cat said and how he said it when he was talking to Shannon. He was like, I don't usually come to, the black shows or whatever. I'm a Larry King, like blah, blah, blah. Right. So my politics don't allow me to agree that because we build up these other folks' platforms. And even you saying that is kind of like not just diminishing Shannon's platform, but any of our platforms. No one really talked about that. I didn't see anybody in time, but that's just something that bothered me when I saw it. I'm like, here we go. You know what I mean? Like we talk up these Barbara Walters or Larry King and all, and there's nothing wrong with them. Shout out to them for doing their job, but the way we say that and kind of diminishing our own platforms is problematic, in my opinion. That's my politics. So that's what bothered me. But anyway, let's get some of these comments. Blah 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 blah. So Dave says when the video does 14 mil in 3 days, it starts to spread. Yeah, Shannon hit the got a bag up on that. When he said he ran the sub 40, that was crazy. Yeah, he ran a sub 40. Come on, cuz. I think most fellas shorties watch Ratchet Mess. My girl loves the Housewives of Potomac show. He was reading Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, because there's only
that's the thing though. He said it was all nonfiction though.
Yeah, he on crack kills, man.
Man, in the words of Big Daddy Kane, man, dope of dog food. All right, so facts. I was 5'9" in middle school, like 12. I mean, I was tall too. I was almost like 5'10". Like, so, that Cat Williams interview was crazy. Yeah. Pascal says, wow. So let's see. Cat has been given the same rant every January since his New Year's showdown with Steve Harvey in Detroit since 2009. Shannon gave him his most popular and relevant platform since 2006 Pimp Chronicles. Here's the thing, though. Because of the Diamond Dave's point, because of the numbers this did, he's going to get other platforms. I mean, when he was on Larry King, I did see his Larry King interview, which was interesting. One of the other things that's interesting in favor of Cat Williams is how many comics came out like, yo, he put money in my pocket. He gave me money. Like, yo, Boosie even came out and was like, yo, when I got out of jail, I was broke, didn't have nowhere to stay. He said, boy, this gave me 15 grand, like, here. And it was so many people that had stories like that. I was like, damn.
Cat Williams really be getting to it. But he said that. He said, now the first thing he did say that you can't deny is that he take comedians on tour with him and get them paid. And you can't deny that. Like, that's the one thing. All the comedians talked about other stuff, but they never said he be capping about getting them other comedians paid. And that's the one thing, if you're not going to cap about, I'm glad that's the one thing he wasn't capping about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny, though, because I know Dave Chappelle had that new special on Netflix. I wonder if Cat did better numbers than him. He made sure to put on
I haven't even seen it. I've heard things about the Dave Chappelle joint, but every time I see something about the Dave Chappelle joint, I scroll by that joint because I want to watch that.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, did he do bigger numbers than that? Like, because he definitely had one of the first viral moments of 2024. Because that Stanley Cup joint is like, that's out of control. I don't even want to talk about it. That's out of control.
What's Stanley Cup? What are you talking about?
See, bro, you don't know what I'm talking about. Leave it alone. Y'all know, if everybody watching, y'all saw that Stanley Cup hit the timeline. He made sure to put on a great show to sell the rest of those tour tickets. He done sold out his shows. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do, man. And say what you want to, whether you believe him, disbelieve him, whatever. Entertainment value is there. Wow, Michael Jackson. Mike didn't care about none of that, dog. Like, game was capping, man. If someone asked me the other day, like, who's the biggest capper, right? And it was a poll. It was like, I said, dog, this is not even a debate. It's the game. And the funny thing is, the game. It was they put the game, Cat Williams, who else? Whack 100. It was somebody else up there, I think. But I'm like, yo, this is not even close, dog. It's not even close. All the game does is just like, lie. Anyway, shout out to him though, because he makes some of the best music there is though. That's the thing. He's such a weirdo, like, but you can't deny his music. Once you get someone to believe, I see the lie built in there. It's easy to lie because a lie is right in the middle of the belief. Ooh, bars. Past come with the bars. Game got stories about everything, but him and the G-string. Yeah, that's the boy. Dog, go in there and look at how many comedians hate this boy right here.
Carlos
they hate this dude, yo. They be clapping at each other crazy. Like comedians always. I didn't even realize that. Like, first of all, as a comedian or someone, I've had people steal my ideas and thoughts. I had a dude who worked on ESPN, right? And I used to do a sports podcast, and he would come on. He would come on our podcast as a guest, and then be on ESPN the very next morning saying my material. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's either here nor there. So I know how it feels to have somebody steal your stuff, but I'm not a comedian though. But that's got to feel like a violation. But I didn't realize just how rampant it is until I went down that YouTube rabbit hole, dog. There's one dude that put a compilation of like people complaining about people stealing from him. That's probably the first thing that'll pop up when you search it. But that's a crazy rabbit hole. Cat was right about those dudes not being able to write. That's true. That's what I'm saying. There's some truth in there. Cat was cooling a little. Like, listen, that one comment bothered me. I ain't gonna, can't wait for Corey Holcomb's reaction. And see, that's the other thing. And now he done created a whole ecosystem for everybody else to get paid, because I saw a lot of people saying this about not only Corey Holcomb, but everybody. I want to see what Joe Rogan feels. Joe Rogan invited him on his show. I said he saw them 14 million views in 3 days.
He was like, I need some of that.
yeah. But that's the thing. He done created a whole ecosystem, though, because now you're going to get think pieces and reaction videos. Like, so he
I don't like how he did that, though, because he did that off of trampling on other people. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of goofy that he did that trampling on other people, though.
To me, the funniest part about the whole thing is how quick he got into the shits. It was like, dude just said, gave him his introduction, said, "How you doing?" And he just went right.
He went right to bars. He did a Black Thought. My man went like an hour straight with nothing but bars. Like, he did a Black Thought. Like,
his body in the trunk is probably one of yours.
You know how Black Thought came in the studio and he put the beat on and he tried to talk over Black Thought. Black Thought was like, nah, bro, let me go bang this joint out. The boy was like, he introduced him, and then Cat Williams went straight to bar. I was like, damn, like,
that to me was the funniest part about it. But that's what Thought did on Flex. He ain't no talking. As soon as the beat, he just went right at it. You know, rappers be like, try to catch the beat. No. I'm going right. I'm going. Let me get these bars off. We just don't pay attention to beef amongst others. That's true too, Lorraine. Because people always do that too. Like, rappers only gonna be dog. Go to country music. They be clapping at each other too, but we don't. That's not what we pay attention to. It was low key disenchanted. That's something else too, Jamil. Like, he was basically calling Bo like a dumb country bumpkin the whole interview, and like, But I guess Shannon sitting back like he also knew what kind of content he was capturing. So you can just snap back at him or be like, "Look, I know what's going on right now." Because as soon as he finished the interview, Shannon had put up a post on his page and was like, "We about to break the internet." So he knew what he had.
Yeah, the internet definitely got broke.
Barack Obama came to my barbecue last year while I was on the grill. Big Joe was trying to tell me why he froze, and I was like, "Not today, Joe. My wife and Michelle Obama were trading cooking recipes."
Adding to the cat, huh?
Cat, yeah, big cat. He about to go on Rogan next year. Rogan will get some of that too, and listen, he got a lot of people popping up because everybody was looking to see what everybody's got to say. So in the low key, I saw when a cat stand say that too. Like, y'all don't even realize what he did. He created so much black wealth just by talking about them. Because now I'm like, dog, y'all gotta chill.
Steve Harvey is worth like $400 million. He don't need that. Like Cedric the Entertainer worth like $30 million. Like, you don't need that. Like, what are you talking about?
And then the crazy part, this is also how you know people, like, no one knew YouTube would be what it is, right? Because they dug up Steve and Said Still and all kinds of people's jokes now. I'm like, oh, the internet is a wild place, boy. You start crowdsourcing stuff and people will find some things. Yeah. He's working at Chitlin Circuit. He definitely making money. Fuck fame, get money. Yeah. I mean, and he gives a lot away. He's put several black women comedians in his lineup. He really look out like that. And that's the thing. He had a lot of people say that. People say, y'all can say what he want to say about it. He put money, literally put money in my pocket. Yeah, I saw the Joe Rogan tweet too. He gonna be on there. He already live on Netflix. He got like 18 specials on Netflix.
My man got a bag. He got a bag from Netflix.
Yeah, that's like his app.
Yeah, he got a bag from Netflix. So him and Chappelle, they live on Netflix, boy.
And Cat does large venues. Jacksonville, one of his bigger markets
in the Southeast.
Yeah, I was at New Year's Eve comedy show in Detroit when he disrespected Steve Harvey. That all that footage came up too.
Yeah, he be giving them bars. He be giving Kevin Hart hell. I don't know why. I don't know what the beef between him and Kevin Hart is, but he be giving him hell.
There was they I guess in size and stature that way. So they allegedly they took jobs from each other, and their beef has been on. And Kevin Hart also went on a Breakfast Club and said some shady stuff about him too. Talk about, boy, all he do was talk. He don't work. He just talks trash about people. Whatever he said. The Stanley Cup got popular with it. Yeah, I saw that TikTok too. Lady's car caught on fire. So Brianna's catching you up. It was like one of those insulated cups. And the cup kind of went unscathed. Her whole car caught on fire, and the cup was like chilling. So they took advantage of that, switched the marketing colors, and boom. They had a deal with Target where they had some exclusive colors that will only come in the Target, and lines were out the door like the Beanie Babies came back.
yo, you old, bro.
Dog, I'm just telling you, this marketing
Beanie Babies was 35 years ago, dog.
I'm an old geezer. I mean, obviously, I'm not that old. I wasn't an adult when Beanie Babies came out, but I do remember the craze, and also I remember the documentaries preceding the craze.
Yes, it was everywhere.
Yeah, he showed Melanie Camacho Lunel a lot of love. I remember selling hella copies of that joint where he took them on the red. Yeah. Game has stories about everything except when he got put on Cedar Block. It's a mystery. Yeah, no one's heard that story either. Cat is a master at using the lie to cover his truth. Yeah, you lie enough for folks, they think you're crazy. But the thing is, he knows how to make it entertaining. Yeah, them first 30 minutes were straight haymakers. Yeah, he went right at jugglers. That to me, that's the most entertaining thing about it. Is like,
yeah, he's a master. Give him no break.
Yeah, pretty much. Charleston speaks more truthful-ish than Cat and does better impressions of Cat than Cat. I think the Cam interview was better. So I'm not gonna get into my Charleston thoughts because
he a weirdo. He a weirdo.
He a white supremacist, man. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Weirdo.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, so GC, right? And I'm not gonna say like, what does that even mean though, right? And I think this is some of the conversation, because he's not the only person I've heard say this, and I'm not saying it's true or not, but what are you willing to do to get to that billion? That's the thing, right? What are you willing to do to get to that billion?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. He think Kevin Hart a plant. Maybe he ain't. They went from $70 million company to $750 million last year. They're gonna crack a B this year. And the crazy part about it is that company is from like 1920 something.
What company?
The Stanley Cup joint.
Oh.
And all because of TikTok, they're about to become $1 billion company. It's the power of
social media, boy.
Power of the people. I have a natural disdain for Cat. I could tell in your comments you have a natural disdain, but not because of him. He, like Chappelle, are victims of troglodytes repeating their jokes Monday morning at the water cooler.
Damn.
So here's the other funny part. That whole thing of comedians having to wear a dress, right? And he went several times about that. And I remember Dave Chappelle was saying how, they want him to wear a dress and how he never wear a dress. Yo, the internet will dig some stuff up. They dug up Dave Chappelle wearing a dress in multiple different joints. He said Cat Williams movies with his bare tail talking about what KH did. I mean, listen, what happens on the internet these days is people, again, Corey, this is what I told you before. Is the Vince McMahonization of the world. People just choose sides.
Vince McMahon
I
effect.
mean, because I could make critiques about, Kev or Cat, right? So it is what it is, man. You said you sure that wasn't AI? No, that wasn't AI at all. And a matter of fact, it was multiple rules. That's the thing. No one thought that the internet will be what it's going to be. So you can claim that I never did this or I never did that. The people will find it.
People will put your life on blast. Hold on one second, Jim. My kid's calling me. Hold on one second.
I got you. If only Patrice O'Neal were still here. Yeah, Patrice would definitely have some bars to get off. What will folks do to get money? A lot of folks already rich. It's just they spend more time looking out the window instead of looking in the mirror. Comparison is self-sabotage. It is the thief of joy. That dress stuff is the Greek influence in acting. It's not just on the stage theater either. Yeah. I believe that. Did you see the part where he said, Harvey, yo, that's the wild part too, right? So again, I saw a lot of the Harvey Weinstein claims, just in general. I don't know if I saw any of that. It was mostly like him trying to cast couch women. So for him to say that was just mad random and crazy. Like he threw that out there, man. See, and this, all right. So the thing about the internet is this, right? Crowdsourcing is amazing because you're able to find and do certain things based on everybody, coming together with that shared energy. But I saw someone say this whole cat thing is to distract us from the Epstein list, right? And here's the thing about the Epstein list. I've seen like 60 different versions of the list. I don't even know if the actual list really came out or was it just a redacted documents and people just created their own list. So I don't know what value came from them saying that was coming out anyway. Said Diamond Dave is correct. Talking about the Greek influence. I mean, what if dude into wearing them dresses? People act like they're going against their beliefs in these rules. They could just like doing it like Tyler. I mean, listen, to each his own. Do what you want to do. I have no problem with it, GC. But it's a thing that's been consistently said. Like Kev has done some stuff that I would have never done. But I mean, to each his own. You do what you want to do. People could do exactly what they want to do. But I just think that like a lot of times that's what people point to when someone is critiqued, and the first response from people is, well, he got X amount of dollars. Like, to me, what does that mean? No one is beyond being critiqued. And I think that's the conversation. Like no one, and I mean, that includes myself, it includes Corey, includes all of us. No one is like, above reproach or beyond critique. I don't care how much money you have, because what does that actually mean? It means that you can sing and dance for, the Neanderthal nation.
That means you can Geppetto for them dollars.
Yeah, you can sing and dance for the Neanderthal nation. But anyway, man. So overall, interesting interview with Cat. A lot of that stuff is Cat. Still entertaining, nonetheless. At the end of the day, it's all entertainment. It's all entertainment. You will never know the truth to most things because most wouldn't recognize the truth because it's often stranger than the fiction.
Yeah,
these are facts.
And I lived it. So I like sometimes I gotta embellish the truth to not incriminate people. Because the truth is so much stranger than the actual, you know what I mean? And but like I gotta and the thing is I'll be lying to dumb it down, not the hype it up. Like because some of the stuff that that's been out here that's been happening, you know what I mean? Like you can't really say what really happened. Like so, people will really, you know what I mean?
So most black people work for majority Anglo-controlled corporations for a fraction of what these big-time entertainers make. And it sounds good online. So with that thought process, right? I don't disagree with that, but who are these entertainers working for, right? They're working for the same folks. And it's not about who works for who, because at the end of the day, we really don't have no power or control of any industry or any means of production. We don't. So damn near all of us are working for Anglo control corporations. But the thing is, what are you willing to do for said Anglo control corporation? And integrity is a thing, right? So money isn't everything, and integrity is a thing. So, and another thing about it is a lot of this stuff about the entertainment's money is capped too, because most of these folks ain't got no bread. Yeah, most of these folks don't have no bread anyway. Most of what you believe they have, not UGC, people in general, believe they have is capped. Like they be broke. Listen, I've worked with athletes, entertainers. Including somebody that cat dissed on there. I work from them, and what people think they got and what they say online and what they got, I can tell you for a fact they don't have. And that's from like personal. That's not like I know someone that did it. It's me working with someone he did. I ain't gonna say no names though. Like they say on R&B Money Podcast. I ain't saying no names. But so a lot of that is cap. I'm sorry, there's no amount of money will ever allow me to wear a dress or sell my soul because I can't get my money out of the market. People gotta do whatever they're comfortable with doing. Like, but I'm not justifying what these dudes doing for a check, but all this dancing for the white man stuff while people go and clocking for a company that white folks run. I mean, come on now. Well, it's still it's a little different though, right? If I'm working in a factory or something for Anglo, man, listen, and I feel some type of way about dancing for him. Dancing is still a little different, GC. It's still a little different. It's like how far are you willing to go? Like, it's a different. Like, so I'm not comparing this dancing and singing for the. But what if you giving Weinstein what he asked for bread? Is it still like, well, he got $1 million? He got $1 million. Yo, yeah, but you fulfilled his wish.
Ain't no man, no, man. Just no. Like some of the stuff that people do, I just know. Like the amount of money that I've turned down in my life is more than the amount of money that I've made in my life. And I made a lot of money.
But this is why I tell people all the time, this is why me and Core work. It's not about what we able to do together to actually create value. It's the stuff that we turn down is why we work, because we're so in sync with the mission that's why we work. It's not about what you make. It's about what we turn away. Nobody really cares deep down about the Epstein list. Sensationalism at its best while still listening to Planet Rock, the remix to Ignition, and Mercy, Mercy Me. All right, so
remix to Ignition. Yeah, I got feelings about that I really don't want to say on the internet, but I'm going to say this, man. Most of the people that make and entertain you aren't the people that you think they are. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if you use that as a bar, then you won't be able to listen to 95% of what you listen to.
Yo,
and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say that because I know a lot of these dudes, like a lot of these entertainers, and like if you use that as a bar, then 95% of the music that you listen to, you're not gonna be able to listen to.
Yo, remix to Ignition is still fire though. But I mean, not that I listen to it, and Mercy, Mercy Me. So you tell me I can't listen to Marvin now? Like, what we doing here? Y'all canceling Marvin? I mean, I know some of the.
My mom hates Marvin Gaye, and it's because of that reason. Like, and it wasn't, but it's not nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. My mom was a raised Catholic Christian, whatever. You know what I mean? Like raised in the church and all that stuff. So I get it. But like, if me knowing what I know about people in the grand scheme of things, a lot of these, like, you ain't gonna be able to listen to nothing. Like nothing. Like you might as well just go listen.
That. I mean, people going people. So some of your pastors, some of your teachers, some of your trash men, they all creeps too. But it is what it is, man. Humanity is sick. Fame will make you look like you have a fortune. All the fame without the fortune, god damn you wrong. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And here's the sad part about that, Pass, is that this younger generation would rather have the fame.
Oh yeah, fame is more addictive than crack. Like it's more addictive than that meth. It's more addictive. Like it'll have you leaning.
It's some local influencers that be getting tons of views and be struggling to keep their lights on. Yeah, but they got the fame though. They got the fame, right? So it is what it is. And Diamond Dave says facts. Mark, what's really good?
What it is though?
Young Cameron's in the building. What's good?
Hey, what's going on? Congratulations, young graduate. Going to college, man.
Oh, Cam, what college you going to, man? Congratulations.
His mom be showing all of the pics of the colleges that's coming after him.
Oh, did you pick a school yet, Cam? Unless it's revealed that Epstein was on that pipe. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. Let's see what else we got here before we start a giveaway. The bar is effed up. We really don't want to know what they are into. Yeah, man. People are people regardless. Lipstick on a pig is still a pig, and these are facts. And GC said, I don't want to be famous. I'd rather have stealth wealth. That should be the plan. How to get stealth wealth. I'd be so jealous when I be seeing these dudes. Not really jealous, I should say. Kind of inspired, but also just like in awe. Where I see these dudes that be having these faceless YouTube and Snapchat pages, and they be making like 10 million a month and never show their face. It's like, I need to learn how to do that. Because I swear.
Immediately. I get somebody trying to sell me a faceless joint every day, and I'm like, damn, why haven't I learned this?
Dog, they go crazy with it. So he said he's thinking about going to Michigan State. Oh,
okay, young king.
All right, the home of Magic Johnson and Draymond Green. Don't be like Draymond though. Like, we don't, shout to Draymond though. Misunderstood. I can imagine the money y'all were offered on the FTX heyday that y'all turned down. Thank you for the dog. I don't like tell because again, this goes to Pastor's point about the reality being
stranger than fiction, stranger than the truth.
Listen, man. We got one of them. And no shots at him. But everybody knows the story of Dr. Boyce. We got one of them Dr. Boyce offers from the Asian community. It was a 7-figure deal that we told them just no, straight out the no.
No.
No shots at the good Dr. Boyce. But everybody knows that story, so it is what it is.
No.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Let's be real. We all know people that done some strange with $40 day still. Hey, Don, you out of pocket, bro. They are still real. They are still real, bro. Wait till the reception. They're going to drop the 30. They're going to drop the 30, yo. They're going to drop the 30, yo. But is that really selling out? If you bought crypto on FTX and moved it off the exchange and you was all right.
Nah, bro.
No, that's not what I'm saying. So here's the thing about quote unquote selling out, right? To me, that is kind of subjective, right? It depends upon whether you can sleep at night. Yeah. So selling out to me may be different than selling out to you.
99% of the people I know would have took that deal.
Yeah.
They would have took that deal in a heartbeat. Me and Jim, we was on the phone. And I was like, you want that deal? Jim was like, no. I was like, good. Call Bull back and bang on him. Like, be not doing
true story. But, it's when I was just in New Orleans at FinCon, I was talking to a gentleman who got lucky because he was getting ready to take an FTX, and not that ours wasn't FTX, it was with the Asian community, but he had an FTX deal on the table. They were getting ready to pay him something crazy like 20 G's a month to do FTX ads for his YouTube channel. It's a black guy, by the way. He does stock market on YouTube. So I'm not going, but I don't want to put his business out there. Ain't too many of them, so y'all can find them if y'all want to. And he turned it down because I think he was trying to negotiate for more or whatever. And then that's when everything hit. And he was like, oh my God. He kind of got lucky because you don't want to be like sending people to that stuff and then all that pops off and then you look like the bad guy. That's what happened to a lot of the influencers anyway, right? Who were back and all them. Fame is a currency mostly desired by those that live for applause, not realizing they will die from the criticism. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, Pash, I read your book last year. It's time to drop a new one, but nothing but quotes.
Just pass the quote.
Pass the parables. By the way, Pastor dropped an amazing book last year. And I was reading Pastor's books. I was like, damn, this is like a full course. And it's about dividend stocks, but his book is like phenomenal. So go look up Pastor's book. And it's really good for those that have no idea about the stock market. It's like a good introduction to it. But be right in the church parking lot, then walk in and praise. Deaconess Gloria was wild. All right, Don.
Don be at people's neck. Don is wild. Don a wild boy.
Hey Don, your young boy went crazy last night too. You know Don is a Spurs fan. I was watching his young
They
boy
lost
last
the
night.
game, but he gave
Giannis. He gave Giannis everything he wanted. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is pretty interesting. So, what do you think about the tiny micro house movement? I think that's a regional thing, right?
Yep.
So, looking at a lot of cities and looking at their data files in terms of what they have on the books, there's a lot of cities that don't have any tiny micro houses. I think we only got a handful here in Philadelphia. So it depends upon where you are and how you can utilize that space. Because I think it's interesting. I think one of the more interesting things is like just the different types of construction people have. Like those container homes are actually interesting to me. And some of those are tiny micro, but a lot of them aren't. But I think that's something that I'm interested to see how that plays. But you know, space the way that space is used will always change, right? But right now we have a crazy housing shortage. People are building up more, so I could see it taking place in a lot of different places because we need housing. So Lance says, "What's the name of the book?" Pass. If you could drop the name of the book in the chat. The cat episode now sounds more like trash, along with the girl and 99 bodies or something. Yeah, we be having some of these conversations we have. Like, I want to get some new conversations for 2024, like 50-50 on bills and all that kind. Like, we gotta I need new conversations on my timeline. So, agreed, Jimmy. Great book. Yeah, that's Pass's book we talking about. Today I read that the state of Alabama owes Alabama A&M.
Yeah, that's the agricultural school. That's the black school.
No, I know what it is. That's where Manziel School, ain't it? Ain't it Johnny Manziel School?
No, that's Texas A&M.
No, that's Texas A&M. That's the other A&M, but that's A&M too, right? Texas A&M.
Yeah, but
Alabama A&M.
Yeah.
Alabama, who the hell played? I look at everything through the lens of sports. GC,
no
my bad. No one played for Alabama A&M.
No one.
In my head, I'm like, all right, but that's Texas A&M. You're right. Wrong AM. Wrong AM. I think it's interesting, but sad that it's a need. All right, man. Yeah. So true. Absolutely true. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get past this book before we start our giveaway. We're gonna do our giveaway in a second, but I want to get the name of the book. It's the dividend book. Let me see. Let's see. Let's Fold telling me I gotta get this spinning. Shout out to the Fold card. Dog, Fold sent me a thing today about like they do a yearly report now, how many sats you did for the year and how you got them, and that was interesting. I got like close to 5,000 sats just this year at worth about $2,000. All right, let's see.
5 million, you mean?
Yeah, 5 million. 5 million sats worth like $2,000. I was like, that's crazy because the card costs $1 and I got $2,000 off of it. All right, so I'm trying to find this pass book. Alabama A&M is in Huntsville. Shot to Huntsville. I was just watching on HGTV some of those couples that be flipping in Huntsville. I was like, oh, so why Alabama do got black folks?
What you mean?
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. I am joking. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. So Pascal says link for the book. I'm trying to find it now, man. I got so many books in my because I got the Kindle version too. That's why I'm looking on my Kindle. You got anybody know the name of the what's the actual name, or can they post a link to Pass's book in here if you can? Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Somebody find it for me if y'all can. It's the link to Pass's book. It's a dividend book. I'm going through my Kindle, but I got way too many books. Way too many books. Let's see. So AAMU is HBCU in Alabama. Okay. It's HBCU.
Yeah, it is. You just read the joint.
Yeah, I did. I read Saeed Adebisi. All right, I'm gonna find this book though before we get out of here. Before we do our thing, that's my last thing. I was gonna find Pass's book. What do you think about buying land and slapping manufacturing prefab on it versus building from the ground up? I spent a lot of time watching Chance's Home World. So
I do prefab and Jim do the other.
Yeah, and to me that is a regional thing too, right?
Yep.
If I try to do some sort of prefab here, I'm not gonna have the same value that it will have Also, you got to see what kind of abatements and permits are needed for wherever you are. So to me, that's really a regional thing, where So funny enough, FSU has to pay 527 million to the ACC to leave the conference.
Damn, that's a large number.
There we go. There we go.
Blueprint.
That's the name of the book there. Look up the Dividend Growth Blueprint. Appreciate that, Kahan. Let me get the book up now. Matter of fact, let me pull it up and I'll share the screen. It's called the Dividend Growth Blueprint, but it's an excellent book. It's one of the books that you give to somebody like, yo, just read this, like, to get them started in the market. It's Past really took time and did his thing with that. The Dividend Growth Blueprint. Yeah, let me see if I can find the Dividend Growth Blueprint. Here we go. Y'all crack me up every time.
Here we go.
Ball. All right, here we go.
DMC and DJ Run. Let's not get into mine.
You talk about me giving up my age.
Yo,
you
man.
Run DMC and it's tricky.
Tricky.
All right, here we go. I got it right here, y'all. Let me share my screen. I appreciate that, Kahan. And Jamil just dropped the link on for everybody watching via Facebook. But I'm gonna share my screen so y'all can see what it looks like. Here it is, Amazon. Here it is. Bam.
All right, in your face. This is the dope jam.
If you haven't read the book, boom. The Dividend Growth Blueprint, how to build a portfolio that pays you for life. So A. Eubanks Sr. is the author, which is Pastor Antonio Eubanks, and our brother, our MDC partner. That's the name of his book. It was phenomenal. It was one of the books I read last year. One of my favorite books I read last year, right? Just because of the way he laid everything out. So I think it's a good book, and it's also a good book to give to family members that you want to get started in investing. So take a look at that when you can. The Dividend Growth Blueprint. All right, shot the pass for that, man. All right, let's see. Let me get last these comments, and then we're gonna do our giveaway. So start to put your ones in the chat if you want to be a part of our giveaway. Mark says, "Get your copy. I got mine." The course is, listen, man. You got it all on the back end of the MDC, man. Again, shout out to Brianna, man, because that class was fire, dog. I'm signing up for everything tomorrow, and I'm snitching on all y'all companies not doing what you can do to make your customer happy. You know what I'm saying? Getting this bread. All right, there we go. We got the ones flying in. All right, let me pull up the wheel of names. Corey, you watching a football game yet? I know you stopped watching football a couple weeks ago. You said you was done.
And I am. The playoffs start next week, so I'll watch it then. I ain't watched
Eagles
the game.
Pissed you off that much, huh?
Yeah, I'm watching basketball. I told you. There's a whole nother sport out here to entertain me. I don't need football. Football needs me. I don't need football.
Eagles got him all stressed out, yo.
Yeah, the way they lost to the 49ers, that was it for me. That was it. That was enough. I saw enough. I was like, Chaz, there's no more reason for me to watch football this year. My team got trampled. Another team came in and punked them in their home stadium. I'm good. I can't watch you no more. Losing is one thing. Getting punked is a whole different.
Yeah.
That's a whole different set.
All right. Let me get some more names down. We got Sam. What else we got?
Ooh. Man, this is gonna be crazy.
Who else we got? Kahan, Jose, and Lance.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this too. I said I was gonna watch 20 college football games this year because of Colorado, because I normally watch about 10. Yo, I made it to 5. Once Dion and them start losing, I was done. I ain't watching another game the whole year. I watched the first 5 games for Colorado and then watch another college football game. I ain't watching another college football game the whole season.
Pascal.
Dion and them start going in the tank. I got off of that too. Like, man, what the hell?
I think Greg is the last one. Go put your parlay in. That ain't happening, doggy. According to the conspiracy theories, it's supposed to be the
Ravens 49ers.
Ravens and Niners. That's the conspiracy about the color of the World NFL loop. But every once in a while, I'll pull out my NES for some Super Tecmo Bowl. Ooh, Super Tecmo.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. If we play Tecmo Bowl and you pick the Raiders, I quit. Bo Jackson is broken on that game, bro. Yo, because
so is Jerry Rice. You run Jerry Rice on it, and it is.
And Cleveland was broken on that game too.
Got for the NCAA. Kevin Mack. All right, so here's the thing, and the easy pick on this will be easy pick, but that quarterback, man,
Michael Penix Jr.
is Michael Penix, whatever it is, like, yo, some of those passes he made, I'm like, this dude is playing pro football. Then again, I mean, he's been in college like 17 years. So
I mean, he tore his ACL twice and his shoulder twice. Like, what you want? Like, how long you like? Man.
So I kind of think they the powers that be, they want Michigan to win.
Nah, the powers that be was trying to smack Michigan.
We'll see.
The powers that be was trying to drag.
A lot of people in the comments saying the Huskies though. Washington Huskies. All right, so Chad said Dave sent you an email. Dave said he got it. All right, so Cameron got to get into the mix. Let me add young Cameron to the wheel of names. All right, what else we got? Dave responding to Chaz. I'm getting ready to spin. But Michigan beat Georgia. You mean Alabama?
Yeah, he said that later in the chat.
Because Alabama beat Georgia.
And what's funny is, so I'm an Alabama.
Okay, all right, my bad. I didn't get to it. My fault. NCAA soon. I heard they got the transfer portal on that junk. So we got a Michigan. Here. Banks and LT on Tecmo Bowl. Yeah. Gotta get the Giants for the Raiders. Really, any team. LT is the greatest defensive player I've ever seen. So it is what it is.
Nah, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say he was the best when we had a better defender here in the city.
All right, let's see how Corey feels about this one.
If they can't block, no matter how much.
Think about this comment, Corey.
If they can't block, they can't do nothing else. So they can't block. If they can't block, they're not gonna win. They can't block nobody.
Ooh, Mark said he ain't taking bets. So Chaz, this is interesting, right? Because Chaz said sports bets are the only reason I watch. I think that's about 99% of America at this point. I told Corey the other day we got a sports betting epidemic going on and no one's really talking about, because now with the legality and all that.
He said Jeremiah Trotter, man.
Corey, who's the best? Jeremiah Trotter?
Come on, dog. The very best defender in the history of the National Football League is one Reggie White. I don't know what y'all talking about. You want to talk about wrecking a
I knew he was gonna
game?
say
Reggie
that. And
White.
listen, I would want to say Reggie, but I've never seen it.
Listen, for all of those who say LT, I won't disagree with you because I watched him wreck plenty of games. But I also watched Reggie White absolutely get double and triple teamed, and still, my man had 21 sacks in 12 games, dog. I don't want to hear nothing else. He had 21 sacks in 12 games.
I know. I've seen LT affect the pass, the run. Like, I've never seen nothing like LT. Like, so to me, and the thing is, I don't even like the Giants. I don't like LT either, but I've just never seen nothing like that. Like, dude to me, honestly, it's gonna sound wild too. I think dude might be the best football player of all time. But that's either here nor there. You can't really do nothing like that. Christian Okoye, Dave Megan, and Barry Sanders on Tecmo Bowl.
Christian Okoye was the easiest.
Michigan has to win because the Big Ten keeps taking all.
Yeah.
Yo, I saw the Jeff George Colts were playing against the Giants, and after the first, right, this is back in the day when before people even went shotgun. Shotgun was like a big thing. No one really went shotgun. Everybody like sniped half the ball in the center. They got so scared of LT, they went shotgun every single play the rest of the game, and that wasn't even in their playbook. That's how shook they were.
Yo, man, listen. A defensive lineman getting 21 sacks in 12 games is absolutely benoodles. and then my man had over 200 sacks. Like, and he started late. My man went to the USFL first. He didn't even come straight to the NFL. Listen, man. Y'all, I love LT. And again, if you ask me, he's
that's the crazy part, Corey, is I don't. I just being objective. If those two are on the board and I know what they're able to do, I'm taking LT first. That's just me, right? So anyway, here's the point. Mark says he's been acting up on sports betting for the past 6 months.
You and Mark, everybody else.
Yo, look at some of these NFL games, dog. These matchups are first of all, football as a product has been completely dreadful this year. Some terrible games. Terrible games. I remember as a kid, I used to think that I wanted parity. Now we got parity, and I'm like, nah, bring back dominance. Yeah. I don't want to see parity because everybody's ass.
Everybody. Nobody can beat the team they're supposed to beat.
And Lorraine, yes, that is Reggie White, the Minister of Defense. He does have that 30 for 30.
Yes, that is.
Which was interesting because I told y'all before, I'm like, he got a long documentary with no ratchetness, and it's like, how's that even possible?
Because he wasn't ratchet.
Chris Carter. Yeah, but I know, but come on, man. A good. He did no nose candy. He did no $40 dates. He was just. His whole thing was he was religious at the time when people weren't allowed to be. So that's, it is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, man, let's get ready to do our spin, man. Charles Haley versus LT. That's not even close, dog. You talking about? Come on, man. I mean, it's like a 4.0 and a 4.6, man. Didn't just even. Charles Haley is not on the same planet as LT, and Charles Haley was a great defensive player, but
he not on the same planet.
No, yo, Charles Haley can't like. Yeah, they're not on the same planet, man. All right, man. So let's get ready to do our spins. Let me read the names off real fast, and then we can go from there. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got Mark, Brittany, Kay, Diggy, Chad, Cheatnaz, Vidon, Jamil, Noble, Sam, Rochelle, Dave, Brianna, Kahan, Jose, Lance, Champ, Ray Lead the Way, Lorraine, Pascal, Greg, and Cameron. If I'm missing a name, let me know. You got a couple seconds because I am getting ready to spin. Remember, if you win, you got to let us know that you're still here. And we'll get you paid out this evening. So here we go. I'm telling you, it's an epidemic. There's a horde of my coworkers who sports bet daily, like bookies coming to the job and pick up and drop off dough. It's bananas. Listen, it's a gentleman I know who's a sports bettor, and I thought that I knew people that had it bad. Dude was betting on like the Japanese league baseball squads. I'm like, dude.
Get your life.
You live in Philly. You live in Philly. What are you doing back
about Japan? What you know about Japan?
I'm telling you. The wildest bet I ever made, I did a bet on DraftKings. I bet on the Premier League every once in a while. But every once in a while, I also will watch the Premier League. But because you can bet on anything. But dude was betting on Japanese League baseball. I'm like, dog, you don't watch it. You don't have the ability to watch it. You don't know these players. Like, what are you doing? The action, though, dog. Here go Pass, man. Pass says you can use ESPN probability chart to technical analysis for in-game betting. A double bottom is a double bottom. It's stocks as well as win probability percentage. All right, Pass. We're gonna break this down in our next MDC class. Pass gonna show you how to use the charts to do sports betting. Anyway,
Listen,
with that being said,
if you can show me that, I might not ever stop.
So hold on, hey, Jamil. Stop comparing people to LT, dog. It's the only person I even allowed to be compared to LT is Reggie. And you know what funny thing about that is, Core? Reggie says that LT is the greatest defensive player ever, and LT says Reggie is. So they have like mutual respect for each other. But Pascal, you can bet on the MLS. You can bet on the MLS. I know you can bet on the Premier League. Let me see if the MLS is on here. I can't see why it wouldn't be. Let me see. Let me go to DraftKings now real fast. I'll let you know. But I know you can definitely do the Premier League. Let's see. MLS. It's got to be, Doug. I'm looking at the Brazilian Basketball League. So the MLS got to be on here. Do you watch the MLS? Yes, it is. USA, MLS. You got futures betting right now. So you can. It's right on DraftKings. I just looked at it. So I mostly bet on home teams. See, sports betting is Marcus why I don't have like a team no more. I was telling Corey this. People like, who you crew for? The Eagles, this and that. I was like, I don't care about none of these squads. I care about whether they're gonna hit this -5 or not. My squad is -5 with a money line. All right. I need a class passer. LT's personal fave is 1 LT, 2 Reggie White, Deacon Jones, Prime, and Ryan. That's not bad. That's not bad. FanDuel. All right, so Sam said you can do it on FanDuel. All right, y'all, let's get ready to spin, man. Listen, check out our most recent podcast. It was a great podcast, which was about kind of our relationship with money as people, right? And how our trauma can affect our relationship with money. That was a dope episode. It's on all podcast platforms as well as YouTube and Facebook, so check that out. We'll be back here next week, but let's get ready to spin real fast so we can get out of here. And good luck to everybody.
I gotta take this long drive to the middle of nowhere.
Cajon. Are you still here, Cajon? And Brittany, thank you, Brittany, for that. Said a real good one. We appreciate that. Lance says the trauma convo was necessary. Great pod. Yeah. I want to do like a whole roundtable on that. We're going to set that up. Cajon said he is here. Cajon, shoot me a message, bro, with your cash app so we can get you paid this evening. Everybody saying congratulations. Again, I'm gonna say this for the fifth time this episode. For those in the MDC, you gotta check out Brianna's class. You gotta check it out. That was Brianna, you killed that, yo. So I want to make sure that everybody that's in the MDC could check that out. So thanks for that. Dave says, Core, be safe on your drive. Congratulations, Cajon. Congratulations, everybody. Listen, man, we appreciate the support as always, man. Make sure you get past this book. Make sure you subscribe to Diamond Dave's channel because that is imperative, yo. And Diamond Dave, man, we need that audio pod out, man. Got to get that out, man, for the folks. But other than that, man, we appreciate y'all. Check out the podcast. We'll see y'all here next week. We love y'all. Please stay safe. And again, if you haven't heard it, happy 2024 to everybody. Peace.